marketing has to move operationally fast and has the pressure on them. And IT is saying, wait, we have governance, we have systems, we have
Yeah.
processes of how do we do that. So even we have something we're trying to prototype with a client, and we literally offered a service to a client for free. And their IT department's like, wait, we have a
Yeah.
governance program. Let's make sure we do this. Is this good? I'm like, this is for an event thing that's for your event next month.
I think I've never thought about marketing that they have to move faster because that's their job,
Hmm.
So I do, and like you were saying, Jake, how do we work better together? I think that's a misunderstanding that IT doesn't really get the marketing calendar and how quickly they have to move and react because that IT individuals are not part of those conversations, but they get brought in when something is needed.
Well, the most
And
successful projects and clients that we work with, they work together. They're part of the core team.
Yeah.
That's all there is to it.
they were like, we want to do this thing. And I'm like, and we were talking through part of what they have going on, and they have this big communication going out. And they're like, we need to do this before this thing with all of our members. I'm like, no, you don't, because what you have works.
Right.
And IT was like, yeah, they're right. Like
Hmm.
what we have works. Get your thing out, and then we'll be on the backside of the wave. I would say on the vendor side, though, it is incumbent upon us to have relationships with both
Absolutely.
business owners and IT,
Hmm.
because we need to make sure the business owners know what they're doing. Are they getting the money's worth? And with IT, we're meeting their compliance and their requirements within those pieces. So on our side, we definitely need to be having those relationships with both. And
I've also seen IT like drive the whole process leading up to the sale and the start of the project, and then marketing kind of take over.
mhm.
Yeah. And we've also talked about how important that coordination is between all these, staff relationships, vendor relationships.
We're very intentional about our culture in terms of how we work, in terms of saying, um, you know, creating connections, creating opportunities to work together. Every Friday, we have a session at noon Eastern called Ask a Dev. Bring your questions across the entire team. Do the things. How do we do this better? How do we iterate? How do we document? And then have some laughs along the way. Because everything, the longer you delay, like we have a press release to go. Cool. Now you need to add it to the staging site. Oh, we have this page to update. Great, go add it to the staging site. And so we work with our clients. We recommend like, hey, let's be smart about your content freeze. 2 weeks heading into launch, so you're not doing any major initiatives. But then if that just starts delaying and they start kicking it back, you're just like you're just stressing your team out at that point. It's pixels, not concrete.
Right.
We can change it.
I,
That
I've heard
typo,
that. Yeah.
we can change it post-launch.
Because you will
It
change your mind
will.
once you wear
No.
it, you try it
It
out.
will. Is it functionally good? Are the integrations good? Have we tested? Have we signed off on stuff? From a website perspective, it's content. The user doesn't care which department is doing the thing.
Right.
They want it based on what they call it, what they know it, where they expect to find it. They just want the service. They don't care who does it,
Hmm.
right? And so we need to think about the user experience from that perspective to architect a good experience for the client, how they come in. And when we do that, and you're intentional about it, paradox of choice, research done, great TED talk, and we think that by giving people more choices, they have more opportunity. Now, try going buy cereal with a 10-year-old or go to a brewery and order an IPA, right? How many choices does that take? You're looking down the menu, it takes you 15 minute things. But if you go, here's an IPA or a lager, that's a faster choice. So take away this choice, force the structure. Limit your navigation items, limit your depth, pull that in, those kinds of pieces. Called the conversation spectrum. Oblivious, curious, intrigued, invested, converted. Oblivious, I don't even know what this is. How do I fix my dryer? Right.
Right.
Curious, oh, here's a video. How does that work? Intrigued, let's go to Home Depot and buy the parts. Invested, sig other yelling at me. I must get this. Go back to the YouTube video, find the repairman's number and call them, right? That kind of thing. So once upon a time, that was a query. You do a Google search. How do I do this? You landed on a website and you read that. Now that answer is being given in the search engine results page, and it's answering that there. So when they do click through, they're clicking through to a page that has the answer, So we need to be intentional on that page and quickly get them to the next step in that conversation.
I'm ready.